I can say that I met Butoh because I didn't learn Butoh or I didn't follow Butoh Master Kazuo Ono. But after I met him, I feel that is what I'm searching for a long time. I studied first the theater, and I stopped to work in theater because I was so disappointed from very organized theater day life. And so I started to make amateur theater group, and I perform with the jazz musician and collaborate with sometimes with the painters, and very wild style I did. Not a dance performance, it's a more happening style. But of course I wanted to find for my work more deeply. I didn't know how. And then I met Kazuo Ono in Vienna, 1989. And immediately we came very close, and he told me, what are you searching is a Butoh. And I knew Butoh, but at the time, the end of the 60s and the 70s, I didn't want to join Butoh. But after he told me, yeah, maybe, and so that he opened the door for me to see the Butoh world, and so I met Butoh. First, the Butoh dance is quite a young dance, 60 years or so. And if I think the classical ballet dance is more than 400 years history and perfect technique, and the Butoh dance is still the process for me. It's not finished. If I teach Butoh, I say every time, one side Butoh is typical Japanese dance for Japanese people with Japanese body, and this body dance Butoh, the Brazilian people cannot dance, but they wanted to dance Butoh. What is important? Don't imitate Japanese Butoh dance. Find your own Butoh dance. But what's mean on Butoh dance? For me, one is very important spirit of Butoh, special from Kazuo Ono, not the technically form of Butoh, because many people say Butoh dance is so ugly, grotesque, and naked and white, painted and shaped hair, and that is so typical side of the Butoh formality or the visual influence. But that is only one side of Butoh, and many people doesn't know what is the background and what is the spirit of Butoh. So I bring the people more this side, but Butoh dance is not a meditation, so physical work, very hard work. I say for them who want to dance Butoh or are interested for Butoh, the Butoh dance, you need a lot of resistance. So all times you have to fight with yourself. If you want to do something, and then you have to say, don't do now, don't do. But you have to push more. So then through this resistance, you have a big energy inside before you show visually the outside. And then another point, when I performed here this time also, the Itaú Cultural, and 3 different shows, of course many people are crying, maybe too sentimental, or the people are so sentimental, or my piece is so melancholic, I don't know. But why happened this? Because physically what I do is a kind of punishment for myself. I hit my body on the stage, for example, and rolling and then falling and like this. Of course, a kind of punishment, suffering with myself. But that is not the main theme what I want to show. So the people comes with me together finally somewhere to the light. Yeah, and this moment I think happened that the people remember their own painful experience or memory. I feel that. I don't want to show my dance symbolic, yeah. Of course I go to the stage and I show, but I don't want to show. But I want to let see their own life experience on my body screen. So Butoh dancer or I am empty screen, and I don't want to show already my panorama, but the audience can put their own life picture on my body and they can see. What is important for me, I have to be open and let's see. And if I show too much from me, this, and then maybe they can clapping or wonderful movement, but doesn't touch, because that is completely different life. No, much more important that they come to me and real communication happen. No? What's not changed is our body. Since 1,000 years, our body doesn't change. We have still 2 arms and 2 legs and heart and stomach and 2 eyes, and if you are not sick or broken, the normal our body is the same. So, and what's also not changed is still we have feeling, and this feeling nobody could see, and still we say you have feeling or fantasy, but more feeling. So what is important for dance? If we don't have this feeling, and if you don't move to this body, and then let help from technical establishment and big changing media background, and then we human beings are not more important or not more necessary. Maybe like a robot control us everything. It's maybe possible, but dancer should know still our body and mind. That is only what we can survival continue. No?
Do you think you help people after they see your?
Oh yeah, I believe it. Otherwise, I give up, no? And that is only one chance for us. No? Of course, the body is the visual. Everybody can see my body and also my movement. But what I try is unvisual soul to let's see. Of course, that is maybe impossible, but I don't have another chance. No? Our art can exist only this moment, and 100 years later, nobody can see my original dance. The architect or a painter or a composition, yeah, a few hundred years later, you can buy $1,000,000 and you know, that is original. But our art doesn't exist more. Only now is important. So I am now not more 20 years and young, yeah, and that you have to show. For that reason, I like to improvise. I can explain from the Professor Nakamura Fumiaki. He wrote about Butoh and Butohist. Butoh, there is the dancer who dance Butoh. He's a Butoh dancer. Butohist, there is people who doesn't dance but can be Butohist, like a florist or a shoemaker or bakery or some other jobs. That means that the spirit of Butoh in the life. First, what I told you already is a resistance, something radical with yourself. Never give up, like a revolutionary, avant-garde, or against the mainstream.